Uh-oh. Did Mojang just ruin maps forever? How you doing, everybody? It's me, Waddles, and welcome to our latest adventure. In other words, Minecraft preview. Bunch of numbers ending point 24. This week, our new best friend, the bundle, has undergone its second round of changes. Let's see if it'll happen. I'm not sure if it will. To be honest, I don't think it will, and yeah, it definitely won't happen. In this week's round of Bedrock Edition changes, the bundle sees a mirroring of a change that happened on Minecraft to Java in this week as well. If we craft a bundle, the first change I was trying to show off is when the recipe will unlock. Because this recipe is crafted with both string and leather, this recipe will unlock as soon as you get one of those two items for the first time. Now, our big change here that mirrors Minecraft to Java Edition. If we have a bundle and we start queuing up items inside of it for a little bit of time, eventually, actually, like right off the bat, we will see that the items inside of the bundle actually make 3 rows now instead of just like 2 rows that it was showing you before. As soon as you start to get more than 3 rows though, 1 row, or what was once the very first row, gets hidden behind a little number sign that'll say plus however many items. Now, when it comes to controls inside of this week, we actually have a couple of adjustments. Over on the changelog, this very bundly preview, up direction with gamepad's right stick now correctly navigates the bundle submenu. Bundles are also going to have the correct animation when adding and removing items on touchscreen devices. Touchscreen devices, that's the one big thing that I'm still really curious about. I'm going to have to, like, I don't know, buy a touchscreen monitor or something so I can figure out exactly how it's actually working. Now, even though it might look like this update is starting to wind down, I just want to be clear that the bundle is probably not slated for Minecraft 1.21.30. After all, it's tucked behind an experimental toggle. If I had to take a guess, I feel like the bundle might end up getting implemented to Minecraft sometime around Minecraft Live, because wouldn't that be perfect? And if I'm right on that one, you will owe me $1 million. Or alternatively, you can just go ahead and tap like on this video right now. Maybe subscribe too if you're new here. It looks like there's a ton of you that watch the videos without subscribing. How dare you? Anyways, let's move on. Yes, the big bad Realms blackout situation. We dove into it a little bit in this video and then went full throttle into it in this one right here. In that video, we kind of detailed the full timeline and even speculated as to what might have gone wrong to cause this whole giant mess in the first place. Well, interestingly, we have an update in this week's preview. Kind of. Back it over on the main menu. If I had a realm, I think there would be a button right here. If I also had a realm, I believe realms like automatically back up, or so why is it just eternally loading? Oh no, is it down again? Oh no. Alright, well, little change to realms and how they're backed up. The realms backup list will now show the date that the backup was created instead of how old the backup is. That's logic. And now, the big trauma situation, the realms crash. And so it was around the actual snapshot day of my dudes that I started seeing reports of this happening on Twitter, and I am sorry, I still don't have a way to confirm this one because I didn't have a realm while it was down. But anyways, nevertheless, I started seeing reports on Twitter about Wednesday that people were seeing and noticing that their realm subscription was automatically extended by a week. Like, let's say it was originally due on the 10th. Well, all of a sudden, some people were reporting that the next payment would have been due on the 17th instead of the 10th. And that's kind of the exact note that we ended this video on. I was saying how it would be sure nice of Mojang, Microsoft, whatever the deal is. It would be real grand and swell of somebody to just go ahead and bump that realm subscription up, give you a free week, and it looks like they might have actually done a free week, but in like a really subtle, low-key way. Again, I can't actually confirm that this happened for sure, and I think it's mighty odd that Mojang wouldn't think to like maybe say like, hey, on the Realms Down account, like, sorry for the issues, it was a big mess, I know, so we gave everyone like free realms for a week. I just think it's odd that they wouldn't like disclose that because there's quite a bit of confusion, and I'm seeing quite a few people livid about the Realms Down situation as well still. So at this point, I have a request for you. If you have a realm and it went down during that one like week-long period, check your realms and let me know down below. Like, did your subscription get extended? Is it exactly the same as it always was? Or maybe, I guess, did it steal time from you? Next up, we have not one, but 2 new mace changes inside of this week's snapshot. So, there we go. Okay, so we have a zombie that picked up the mace. Allegedly, a mob that is holding a mace and now knows how to do
they can smash you.
Alrighty, so to show this one off, I don't exactly know how this is going to work, but I guess let's just go ahead and let Bud out of here. Then maybe let Bud, like, chase me, I suppose, like, up the hill. So right over this way. If it walks up the hill, my thinking here is if I jump off of the hill, will it jump off of the hill and smash me? Am I about to get smashed by a zombie? Come on, zombie, let's smash. Yeah, absolutely not. You didn't do it. But also, check out the hotbar. I don't know why, but they made the mace stackable. Which additionally means that I can actually add the mace to the bundle with a bunch of other items? Okay then, sweet. Maybe they listened to me with my whole tool bit that I've been on about after all. Nice. So let's see if we can find any in their natural environment. What I'm looking for right now is the fox. The type of fox doesn't matter. It could be an Arctic fox, it could be an orange fox. It's all kind of exactly the same other than the aesthetics, but a fox. Fox, 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 fox. Come out, wherever you are in the world's most stunningly gorgeous mountain range sea. Alright, well, I don't got a time for this. The fox right here, check it out. That's adorable. The fox now has a total of 10 health. Now, in a Bedrock moment of all time, this is actually a parity change with Minecraft to Java, and at the same time, a nerf for Minecraft to Bedrock. Previously, they had 20 health. That's been cut in half now. So sad. Sounds. So lately, I kind of got back into picking up vinyl records, and I'm really into sounds, especially that new Posty album. That stuff is fire. I never would have thought it would have been. And speaking of sounds, over here at World Spawn, somewhere sitting around, we should have the next chain. Aha, here it is. So listen. Alright, it's really subtle. The sound that we're listening for is the sound that happens right before this skulk sensor. This snitch block makes a little bit of noise. When that particle leaves me, it's so subtle, it's really quiet, but the particle leaving me, or anything else for that matter, well, it now actually makes a subtle, small sound. I guess it never did on Bedrock. And while I'm at it, being the largest sound fan of all time, if it was the dead of night and this villager was sleeping inside of its bed, or maybe that bed, or maybe that bed, or come on, buddy, you want to go inside? Well, when it sleeps, it no longer will make all of its villager noises or anything like that anymore. Why they haven't added a snoring sound? Well, that's a good question. The trial chambers. It was but only a couple of weeks ago. Excitingly, we got a ton of brand new trial chambers implemented to Minecraft Bedrock before Java. Haha, take that. Well, it's only today that the trial chambers is actually shrunken in size yet again, huh? Alright, so the chambers that have been removed from the trial chamber in time for this next update, they're the new encounters and the new trap. So it all depends on like how I end up dropping the videos, but I actually do have a deep dive into all of the new chambers and the new secrets, everything like that. It's pretty cool, so you gotta check it out. If it's already out, I'll link it on screen. If not, like, stay tuned. A couple of days time, it should be here. But basically, in order to preserve the quality control for the next Minecraft update, the devs have actually removed the newest additions to the trial chamber from Minecraft Bedrock, and at this point, Minecraft Bedrock only. A little bit of more information and insight on the changelog. These developer notes, Chef's Kiss, they're so fire. We're reverting the fixes to address some underlying issues that were making a lot of errors in the trial chamber. It wasn't an easy choice, but we're doing this to avoid introducing even more errors into your world. On the other hand, though, inside of the trial chambers, once I move into a chamber, this combo little setup right here, that's gonna remain. The hopper barrel, tried and true combination where you can just like drop things off, well, that'll still remain for the update. So this one is really interesting. That means, if I am to assume things correctly, if they're removing something getting ready for the update, then the update must be in relative sight. I mean, look, this preview is still a pretty big one. After all, that's why you're watching a video that I made on it. But if they're removing things, winding down, getting ready for the update, then they must know that there's not going to be enough time, or they just don't know how to fix the bugs, so they have to remove them just in time for the next update. I guess we'll see what happens for sure next week when we get a preview, and if it's like really tiny, then there's a sign. But after all, just looking at things like numbers wise, we are getting up there when it comes to the updates. Like Minecraft 1.21.20, the last preview was 0.24, so this one, and 0.10, the same thing, 0.24, so this one. Hardcore schmardcore. Inside of this preview, we've got a change. Alrighty, so we have a brand new hardcore world. On the main menu, if I check it out, we have this beautiful little frame thing. If I hover my mouse over it, the heart, it animates. It kind of like pulses. Let's say, tragically, I wasn't very good at Minecraft. I made this brand new world, and then immediately, well, like pretty much right off the bat, for whatever reason, I broke my ankles. But then I actually continued breaking my ankles until I was sent to the grave. So we've got our options here: exit world, spectate world. If I tap exit world, I'll exit the world, go back to the menu. And then inside of the menu right here, that little frame that was once red and the heart was glowing and pulsing, well, it's grayed out. It's showing you that your hardcore world is failed. It's done. You're a failure and you should just quit. Go outside, do anything else. You're done with the game. You're not good enough. redstone torch, we talked all about it in the last preview, and then I kind of like did a little bit of a meme edit because I realized while I was editing it that it definitely wasn't changed. And yeah, in this week's preview, it still absolutely wasn't changed. I guess I just wasn't used to it looking like a little bit different on Minecraft Bedrock compared to how it looks on Java. But this is interesting. So tying back over to that little bit where we were talking about maybe the update winding down, I have a little bit of a theory as to why the minecart changes and the redstone stuff aren't on Bedrock. But look, after all, I don't think there's a need for the experimental toggles to be on Bedrock. Like, if something is an experiment, that means it's not necessarily guaranteed. Maybe don't waste time on both versions of the game. But we do have precedent for every experiment, or at least like the main ones, being on both versions of the game eventually at some point. So keep that in mind. Even though the redstone torch change is not included in those experimental redstone changes, well, the minecart stuff and the redstone stuff, it is. It's just a theory here, but maybe with the update winding down, and this update is already pretty large, the devs don't want to potentially introduce a potentially game-breaking toggle relatively late in the cycle, drop it into the game, include it in the update, and then it's just like really glitchy or game-breaking or something like that. Instead, they're gonna need a little bit more time to refine it and get it just right on Bedrock. So maybe they're holding off on the definite changes like the redstone torch coming to the game, but then also the maybe changes like the rails. Well, maybe they're holding off on them for like the next update. Next up, I'd like to take a look at maps. Over on Minecraft Bedrock Edition, we have this superior version of maps. Inside of the crafting table, with 8 pieces of paper and 0 compass. Inside of the cartography table with 1 piece of paper. Aha, there it is. All right, so I gotta admit, like, I'm not as familiar with this mechanic because it just doesn't exist on Minecraft Java. Straight up, it's not there. But for the cost of 1 piece of paper inside of the cartography table, I can go ahead and make myself a basic map. Now, this basic map, when I make it, well, it's literally that. It's just a basic map without any icon, indicator, anything like that. Instead, if I want to have this map become what's called a locator map, I need to add a compass to it. This is now going to be a map that shows players. If I go ahead and craft that just like that, now all of a sudden my pointer icon's on the map. And that's where our issue today comes in. 2 big bug reports, and I'd like to send a big shout out to KMB for this one. Locator maps no longer show your rotation when far away, and the locator map pointers just straight up delete when you get far away as well. So this one comes back to those different types of maps that are in the game on Minecraft Bedrock Edition. For the locator map not showing the pointer when far away thing, if I move far enough away, then the little pointer, which way I'm facing, it's no longer shown. Previously, that little pointer thing was shown, and that was a huge help when it comes to like actually using the map, figuring out which way you need to go to get back onto the map. And then another change that happened is if you move farther away, like if I went more than 320 blocks away from where this map is, eventually my icon will just straight up disappear off of this map. There we go, actually too far away. Really isn't that far away either. 320 blocks, though it might sound like a lot, it's really not that far at all. Like I can see here, clearly my sign is still there. Now, as of the recording of this video, these 2 things are confirmed as bugs on the bug tracker. It's not exactly clear if these are just shadow changes that Minecraft Bedrock made to be in parity with Java, or if it's just a bug in whatever's going on. No matter what happens, though, I beg, I plead, it's not another Bedrock moment of all time. This functionality needs to be added to Java. The blank map without any pointers or whatever. It's perfect. It's meant for those map walls. I just genuinely am hoping, begging, praying that Mojang does not just remove this type of a map from Minecraft Bedrock because it doesn't exist on Java. The parity change should definitely go the other way around because these empty maps are so beautiful. Java gets these better maps, Bedrock gets the banner icons. Oh, the day is good. Please. Alright, so we just about made it to the end of the video today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you haven't yet, tap that like button, subscribe for more updates. They're coming out all the time. It's looking busier than ever in the Minecraft community. I love it. The final thing I want to take a look at today is the template screen. If I tap on this templates button and let it load for a second, well, this template screen has been completely redone. Except for me, I don't think it has. The template screen. We've introduced a new template screen. Here's what you can expect to show up over the next couple of previews. So this is one of those things that is like, I believe, slowly rolling out. Essentially, whenever this thing drops, and I'll keep checking it and try and show it off when it does, but we're going to have a marketplace tab, a featured creators tab, and then an owned by me tab. Now, to be honest, I'm not sure if this is like when you slide into the proper template screen, or if this is when you're like making a world on like the full version of the game. You tap create a world and it gives you that option with like a bunch of things that you could choose. Maybe you know what I'm talking about? No matter what it is though, I don't have it. That's it for Minecraft Preview 0.24. On the end card will be a playlist for you and a video as well. Check out one of them. Down in the description are all of my links that you need in your life. If you want to support me a little bit more indirectly, then consider becoming a channel member today. Tap join for more. As been me, Waddles, and I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.